This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
Live, Laugh, Larceny discusses true petty crimes that may be disturbing to some.
Or could be easy listening to all you psychopaths out there.
All stories are based on actual events, but details may vary.
Listener discretion is not advised.
Live,
Laugh,
Larceny. Welcome to Live, Laugh, Larceny, your last chance to save big on some of this year's hottest deals. This is Trevin.
And I'm Amanda. Trevin, any dreadful dilemmas on this Thanksgiving episode?
I have a dreadful dilemma, and I'm afraid that you are part of the problem.
Oh, God, give it to me.
So we've been having an issue in my home, and there is a love for reality TV going around that is so fierce, and it's going through our home life like a tornado.
Oh, man. So what have you got sucked into?
I'm not sucked into anything, but she's trying.
So by she, you are referring to Emily.
I am.
Okay.
These halls have been haunted by this annoying guy who has all these sister wives.
Oh, my God.
So we had an argument last night.
About sister wives?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
You know, I'm always down here in my dungeon putting together our episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And that dude's voice pierces through my ears. I'm sitting here trying to edit, and I hear like, "Oh, I'm just getting picked on by all these women. It's just the hardest life for me." I'll yell up the stairs. I'm like, "I fucking hate that guy."
That was actually a really good impersonation because I, too, love Sister Wives. Not actually being a sister wife. It is a show, okay?
Yeah, if you don't know what this is, don't look it up. It's garbage. And it happens all the time where I'll come up from doing something. I'm like, I hate that dude. You know, I'm anti-reality TV to a certain point. I love dating shows, but I am very anti this show because I'm just so anti that guy. This type of male is the type that really bothers me the most in the world. Mm-hmm. It's like nails on a chalkboard. So I finished my work yesterday and I was like, let's spend the rest of the night hanging out and watching a movie or something. So she's watching that show. And she's like, oh, let's just spend some time together. That's okay. Yeah, we can do that. And then she started pressing play on this and I'm like, ugh. I will not actually be in the same room as this guy being played. Was I being really dramatic about it? Yes. But does that guy grind my gears the most? Yes.
Oh my God, I don't blame you, first of all. I do not blame you. He is the worst, but that show, there is just something so deeply fascinating to me. Mm-hmm. But what's interesting is when you really step back and think about the show, honestly, it is kind of filled with a lot of really boring, mundane moments, right? And then this really annoying man who doesn't understand why his 4 wives don't feel fully loved by him is basically what it is.
Yeah.
But my God, this latest season, when they're all leaving his ass, he only has 1 out of the 4 wives right now.
Yeah. Did they change the name to Sister Wife?
I don't know what they're going to do.
And then she leaves and they're called the Sister Ex-Wives? Or would he be just the Sister Man? But anyway, the whole thing just turned into, well, why don't you want to hang out and enjoy the things I like? And I was like, this dude is the worst thing to me in the world. Yeah, it was a real thing all over Sister Wives.
Oh, God. I get it. If I tried to get Jordan to watch that with me, he'd be like, what is this hot garbage? But I cannot look away. It is very fascinating.
Yeah, that one's just the worst of the worst, specifically because I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
There's like that dude, and then the character of Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Those are the 2 characters that I cannot stand them. And one of those is actually a real person. So
yeah, that's not good for him.
No.
Well, I also have a dreadful dilemma, and this is something that happened to me just last week. So I was at home with my youngest daughter, Winnie. We were eating lunch. She just got up from a nap, and I was actually FaceTiming my dad, and we were saying hi to him when I got a call from my oldest daughter, Lila's school. She is in kindergarten, and I get a call, and it's from the school nurse, and she said, hey, Lila's in here. She said her stomach isn't feeling very good, and it hasn't really been all day. Can you come and pick her up? So we went to school. I get Winnie in her car seat. We go there. I get signed in. I talk to the office administrative people. And then the nurse comes out and she's like, hey, yeah, she wasn't really feeling that great, like at the school field trip. And I'm thinking, wait, what school field trip? I didn't know about a school field trip. And so I'm like, what's going on? And I'm trying to follow her. But
is this a School of Rock situation? Was she in a band?
I wish it was that cool, Trevin.
Damn.
Anyway, she keeps going and she's like, so anyway, all right. And we're just standing there and it's just her and this girl that I don't know. And I'm like waiting for Lila to come around the corner. And she's like, all right, you can take her home. And I look at the kid and I look at the nurse and I'm just like, that's not my daughter. And she was like, what? Lila Rose, that's your daughter's name. And long story short, Trevin, it turns out that this girl had a very similar name to her. And I don't know if Rose is her middle name, but it got totally mixed up. And she was like an older kid, too. Wasn't even my daughter's age. And I'm standing there and the nurse felt horrible. She's like, I got you out here with your baby and this isn't even your sick kid. That was my dreadful dilemma. Because, yeah, it was like a whole thing. And then a couple hours later, I had to get back in the car with Winnie and actually go wait in the line and pick her up.
Wow. What if the kid's name was like Lonnie Tulip?
Wrong flower.
Yeah, I mean, this probably happens all the time, right?
I know. It was a very weird circumstance. I feel like her name isn't super common together, but apparently.
I could see our generation bringing Lila up more.
Yeah, it's a pretty name.
It is.
So this week, we are going to be doing a round of top 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Top 5.
We are. And you know what? It's Thanksgiving. We didn't even say anything about that in the beginning of the episode, but this is the Thanksgiving episode, guys.
I think I said something. I said, what's your dreadful dilemma this Thanksgiving episode or something, but we didn't really dive deep at all.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's Thanksgiving and we are drinking some Eggo flavored sipping cream. It's like whiskey cream.
I don't know what exactly it is, but it's in my iced coffee right now, and it's damn good.
Yeah, it says brunch in a jar, and it really does kind of taste like it. It tastes like a buttery-ass waffle.
It really does, guys. So, gobble gobble up in here. My top 5 this week are the 5 most dangerous ways to cook a turkey.
I love this.
Usually, when I do my top 5s, sometimes it's a compilation of multiple lists. We've done that before. And this one is no different. And spoiler alert, there's no article that you can find that gives you a top 5 of this.
Oh, nice. You curated your own.
I curated my own. I read a lot about different ways of cooking a turkey that I never even knew existed. And then I kind of in my own mind and with some statistical facts kind of just placed them in a list. So,
wow, you nerd.
So I'll start with number 5. And I am curious, Trevin, if you have ever heard of this. Have you heard of a turducken?
Oh, yeah. John Madden made that popular. That was a football thing.
Was it?
Yeah, John Madden, when they would do the Thanksgiving football games back in the 90s, and actually probably into the 2000s, he would serve that to whoever was the MVP of the game.
Oh, my God. So you know all about it. I, however, did not. So apparently this is a chicken placed inside of a duck, placed inside of a turkey, and then they just cook it all together. Okay. And that is kind of like a little Frankenstein meat. Explain this to me. Does that sound good to you?
I've never had it, but I'd be interested in giving it a go. I honestly don't even think I've had duck at all.
Okay. It's fascinating. I mean, it's just putting a bunch of birds inside each other and cooking them, which to me is like a horror movie. But
Or a porno, if you think about it.
apparently, it's actually really dangerous to make.
Really?
Because you are having to take all the bits and cut a bunch of things and then put it up inside each other. And apparently it's just way easier to get injured when making that compared to just cooking a regular old turkey. Number 4, slow cooking a turkey overnight. This is one that I actually found multiple things online where people said that they really wouldn't recommend doing it. Not only is cooking overnight just kind of risky because you are sleeping as something is cooking and accidents can happen, and they do, but also a lot of times when people cook them overnight, I read online there's a lot of times that people get food poisoning because they don't thaw the turkey properly and they don't have it on the right setting. And if you don't cook it fast enough, then bacteria can grow. So speaking of not thawing, number 3 is not thawing a frozen turkey properly. A lot of the things that I read online about this, not only is the bacteria thing a problem, but if you don't properly thaw the turkey out and you try cooking it, like some people will try cooking it in a deep fryer or cooking it in the oven or whatever. And because it's not thawed out, it can cause a lot of oil spillage and cause a lot of burns.
I think I have heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, bacteria and burns with that one. Number 2, curious if you've heard of this, the brown paper bag method.
That sounds like a way of making drugs.
It's basically where, kind of like it sounds like, you cook your turkey in the brown paper bag you get it in. I personally don't recall getting a brown paper bag.
Like just like a grocery bag? Like they're saying like after you purchase it?
Apparently this is a thing, Trevin. I've never heard of it and I've never done it. So if anyone at home knows more about this one, the only thing I read is that people do this brown paper bag method where they cook their turkeys in the bag. And of course, the paper's not designed to be heated. It can let off fumes. It can cause fires. So that's been a really dangerous way people cook their turkeys. If you guys know of a logical reason to do the brown paper bag, let me know. Am I missing something?
It's like right up there with the baby cage. Oh, I can't see where this one went wrong.
Exactly. And then, of course, my number 1 has to be the deep fryer. Without thermostat controls, deep fryers have the potential to not only, like I said, have the overflowing of the oil come out, but if they overheat, they can actually combust. It's caused a lot of home damage, fires, burns. That's the one you mainly hear about, right? Where they're like, stop trying to fry your turkeys in your home.
Right, yeah.
So that has to be number 1. I wish I had more statistics for each one, but it was something I just kind of read and learned about each one.
I'd like to know what the statistics are on just the exploding turkeys from number 1.
Right. Me too. Which actually, maybe I could find that real quick. So apparently online it says each year fire departments respond to more than 1,000 fires related to deep fryers each year.
Wow. I thought it would be more though, honestly.
Honestly, me too. I saw that and I was like, when did this happen? But I don't see anything that specifically talk about how many explode. It just gives me statistics on how many fires. But there's articles about why do frozen turkeys explode when deep fried? There's a bunch of different things you guys can learn. Personally, I feel like unless you really, really, really know what you're doing with a deep fryer, that's just like a no-go for me.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience. I could do air fryer.
There you go.
Air fryer turkey. Well, surprise, I also have top 5 relating to Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
And this one, actually, we can give credit to my wife upstairs.
Okay, the same one that's forcing you to watch Sister Wives. Okay.
Yes, which I end up getting out of it, but there's maybe some resentment. And I said, oh my gosh, I need a good top 5, but it needs to be Thanksgiving related. I'm just like, what's a good idea? And she told me the top 5 biggest fights to have at Thanksgiving.
Oh my God, give them to me. So this is a list as according to Emily?
No. That was just, she gave me the idea to look that list up.
Oh, okay. So there's actually a list online?
This is from HoustonPress.com.
Oh my God.
And let me just tell you this. I'm going to give you the top 6 because I thought number 6 should have been like number 1. And I'm going to tell you why, and we can all have a discussion on whether or not we think that's fair.
Okay.
Also, this article was written in 2013. So after I tell you that, I'm going to tell you number 6 is religion or politics.
Oh my God. That's 100% the number one.
Right.
I think we can all agree.
That's what I think. But now we'll go to their top 5.
Okay.
Top 5 here is a family member coming out as gay.
That's so annoying, though.
Yeah.
That's something to be thankful for. Come on.
I probably don't really need to explain their little explainer on it. Obviously, we can see how that can be a thing that leads to some arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is having a relative who drinks too much. A drunk uncle situation.
I've had that happen.
It says, nothing causes more strife than a bunch of drunken people who don't realize how drunk they are. It's awful. Worse yet is when someone is a genuine alcoholic and the rest of the family knows but can't say anything. It says, get out of Dodge before it turns ugly.
Oh, God, preach.
Now, this one I feel like it's still bad, but I feel like it could go maybe down the list a little more. Number 3 is money. They said, like politics and religion, money is another base root to most arguments. Studies have shown that married couples argue over money more than any other subject. Thanksgiving just happens to be the kickoff day for the overspending season.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering where they were going with that. I was like, money? Is it about, hey, this person didn't pitch in for the yams this year? But now that you explain it more like that, yeah, it is just a stressful time of year for money things. So I guess that could cause more fights.
Yeah, and like a lot of cliche Christmas movies, you know, when you see how there's like the rich uncle and there's like the low income family.
Yeah.
And they always show that dynamic. I think that might be in those kind of families where that's a really like, I don't want to talk about money sort of thing.
Oh, that could be.
Number 2 is divorce, marriage, or pregnancy. I'm not really sure why all 3 of those are together. I guess maybe it's because if you're talking about pregnancy, then people give their opinions on how you should raise the kid, maybe.
Okay.
I guess they're saying like this is kind of like a familial tipping point to stuff you don't want to hear.
Yeah, my first reaction when you said that was like, pregnancy? That should just be something people are happy about. And then my weird delusional ass thought about it. I don't know how many times when I was pregnant, I had family members being like, oh, that's what you're wearing these days? Just having your bump all out and about? Or, oh my God, you're eating onions. That's going to hurt the baby.
Oh, that would be annoying as hell.
So yeah, now that I've thought about it in a self-reflective way, yeah, I could see how that could be something.
Yeah, you opened my eyes to a different side of it too, honestly. And number 1, I'm not hungry. Stop putting food on my plate. This doesn't exist in my Midwestern home. My issue is probably more me saying that to myself, but it says there are several cultural stigmas over empty plates or too little consumption, and I have personally played a witness to a massive blow up over not wanting to eat anymore. It's so bizarre. My theory is that most people don't want to feel guilty about their own mass consumption, so they project that onto others who are trying to keep their waist small.
Interesting. I have seen it with the kids at the kid
children.
table and being like, now, you should probably have some carrots and not just eat all that pecan pie kind of thing. Yeah, I get it. But I guess when I think of fights at Thanksgiving, I guess I was thinking the adults. But yeah, there is kind of a battle going on between the young and the old.
Yeah, what this is saying is it could even be between adults. Like that cliche mother in movies is like, you need to eat more. And they're just like kind of.
Yeah, that's true.
And if it's one of those, like the cliche, they're very emotional and they get upset when somebody isn't eating their dinner. They take it personally.
That's true. They're like, what? You don't like my cooking?
Yeah. I put in all this work to feed you guys and you don't even want to eat it.
Oh my God. Okay, it's actually a pretty good list.
Yeah, if you really think about it in other family types that aren't your own, I still don't think that one should be number 1, but maybe it does for some people.
Maybe it is. My mom usually doesn't keep saying, come on, but I'm sure there are many others that do. Wow, what a time. And you know what else it's time for?
More Ego drink.
More of that and ads.
Hi, I'm Santa.
I'm Amanda.
And we are Shook,
a comedic podcast about all things paranormal and unexplained.
In this podcast, we discuss anything from ghosts to cryptids to aliens, you name it.
If you want answers, well, we'll do our best to tell you.
New episodes of Shook drop every other Wednesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you love to listen to your favorite podcasts.
Every season is spooky season in our book.
So settle in and prepare to be shook.
Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Here's a little tune to help you remember. Same drive, different day. Don't you wish you were getting away? Pack your bags and come on through. Texas, Ohio, Alaska, we're up there too. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Well, I hope you like my little song. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
And we are back. I think it's safe to say, I can speak for both of our stories this week, that they will be on the Thanksgiving theme.
They will.
Okay. Honestly, I really don't feel the need then to give a huge build-up to this, but I do think that my story may change your opinions on a certain creature.
Ooh.
So without holding us up any longer, here we go. Turkeys. Some people love them for their vibrant colors and silly gobbles. Yet, these adorable features seem to be hiding the dark truth about these oversized birds. If you look a little closer, you begin to see the scale-like texture on their puny heads and the aggression in which they peck for their food. The air about a turkey is boastful, as they literally walk around with their chests puffed out. Even in death, turkeys still terrorize the human race. Many homes are destroyed each year while trying to cook these beastly birds. And even if your home survives the cooking, the meat still has a high chance at tasting dry. Today's petty crime story is a reminder about just how dangerous turkeys can be. It was 13 days before Thanksgiving in the year 2017 when 67-year-old Irene Leonard woke up in her comfy bed. Every morning, she grinned to herself, remembering that she lived in the largest gating over 55 community in the world.
I'm one boss-ass bitch.
The village of Country Club Hills in Florida was a peaceful place to call home. All the residents rode around in golf carts and exchanged friendly greetings as they passed each other.
Love your new Skechers, Gertrude.
There was never a dull moment there, with restaurants, entertainment, and recreational activities all nestled into the community. Except, Irene wasn't only smiling about her living arrangement. This was her favorite time of year, with Thanksgiving being her favorite holiday. There was just something about the season that brought Irene a lot of happiness. Friends and family gathered around her.
Pass the yams, dipshit.
Decent food is prepared. And it is a shopaholic's dream come true for any new products. Irene loved to shop, not only for herself, but for others. Shopping gave her a high comparable to her first joint at Woodstock.
Oh, yeah.
When she found something that she liked, she simply had to get it. However, today wasn't about Irene and her needs. Today, she wanted to spread some of her holiday cheer to others. Her plan to achieve this goal was to pass out candy outside of a local shopping center, dressed as a turkey. Irene enjoyed some breakfast and then zipped herself into her costume. She laughed as she saw herself in the mirror and adjusted the bright red neck waddle. Irene paused before exiting her home, throwing her credit cards down on her coffee table. Today was a day of giving, not taking, and she didn't need any shopping temptations. Pulling up in front of a nearby department store, Irene grabbed her bag filled with suckers and waddled towards the store entrance.
Gobble, gobble.
She excitedly greeted shoppers in her turkey costume and handed out handfuls of tart treats.
Have a gobbling good day.
But over time, seeing all of the full shopping bags leaving the store was becoming too much to bear. Irene thought of all the deals that waited for her just beyond the glass automatic doors. She thought of all the gifts she could check off her list for her loved ones and herself. Pacing back and forth, her turkey legs rubbed against each other, increasing Irene's anxious friction. She passed out the remainder of her suckers and took a final gulp before stepping inside. The swoosh of the AC escaping from the store blew against Irene's flimsy costume as she entered, causing her to close her eyes. Once she opened them back up, she couldn't believe what she saw. Racks of stylish clothing and accessories, appliances and gift bundles lined the polished department store. Signs advertising the huge deals and savings immediately grabbed Irene's attention. But just as her excitement began, she was flooded with a harsh reality. She had left all of her credit cards at home. Looking down at her empty pockets, she noticed the enormous amount of empty space inside of her bag. She darted her eyes around the store, noting the lack of employees. It was time to go shopping. Irene started in the handbag section, selecting a few designer bags. She then waddled towards the jewelry department and landed in the appliance section, shoving items from each area deep into her bag. Once she could barely lift the bag, Irene knew her shopping trip needed to come to a rapid end. She shuffled towards the front of the store, peering out at the sunshine just on the other side of the automatic doors. However, just as she was about to reach it, 2 department store workers stepped in front of her.
Freeze, turkey! Turkey! Turkey!
On November 10th, in 2017, 67-year-old woman Irene Leonard of the village of County Club Hills in Florida stood outside of department store chain Belk at La Plaza Grande, dressed as a turkey. Irene claims she was just there to pass out candy. However, things took a turn once she entered the store. Irene was seen innocently enough carrying a large blue mesh bag and a small brown purse when she entered the retail outlet. However, her turkey costume drew immediate attention from the store employees. Irene first snagged a Michael Kors handbag by removing the tissue paper from the inside and placing it into her own bag. After this, store employees watched in awe as Irene hid 11 items inside of her bag. Items including purses, an electronic snow globe, and a waffle maker, totaling $1,497.99 in stolen goods. Irene was charged with grand theft and was booked at Lake County Jail on a $5,000 bond. Turkeys. They sure don't seem so innocent anymore, do they? My hope for you all this Thanksgiving is to avoid these large birds at all cost. Because not only are they more than capable of committing petty crimes where you live, but they will most likely leave your mouth high and dry.
I kept forgetting that this was an old person. He would say it was old people, and then I would just go back to imagining a younger person. Then you'd do a voice and be like, oh yeah, it's an old person. Like I just kept forgetting.
Yeah.
I thought she was just going to be taking money off of people and not stealing stuff. That's not what I was thinking was going to happen.
Okay. Yeah, that actually could have been a thing. Maybe you thought she would have been like selling these suckers or something. Or
like doing a charity thing.
Yes. I mean, standing out in front of a store, that typically is a charitable donation type of interaction. So I found this story to be very bizarre. And of course, the turkey costume is what immediately drew me into the story because I was like, haha, that's really funny. There's a picture that I have of her in the costume that someone had posted on social media, maybe even herself. I don't know. I'll show it to you later. But she's actually wearing short little high heels and a turkey costume. It's actually pretty funny. Of course, like usual, there weren't very many articles on this one. And some of the articles would give links to other articles. I don't know if you've ever ran into that. And then you click them and then they're not there anymore because they're like so minuscule that they need more storage space for their site or something. So they like take that one out.
Or is the government keeping us from the truth?
Oh my God. So that happened to me a couple times. Now, I don't know what motivated her. There was no follow-up I could find exactly from her, but I know that she did at least start off by passing out the suckers. I kind of just thought maybe she got drawn in and wanted to do some shopping and got carried away. I also originally wrote the story thinking that she had been shoving the stuff into her turkey costume and not into a bag. So that's why I had to pause a couple times.
Okay.
I don't know if I just assumed she was using the costume. I mean, that probably
Seems like a good idea.
Clearly they had eyes on her the whole time.
Right.
But you would think maybe just put it in a big old costume instead of a bag and then just walking out.
Yeah, that's kind of the funny thing about doing the whole, oh, I'm the person in the big, ridiculous costume. Why would anybody suspect me? And so it is kind of one of those hiding in plain sight sort of a thing. You look like a genius when it works.
Right.
But if it doesn't work, you literally just did it right out in the open.
I know.
And everybody was like, of course I'm looking at you. You're in a giant turkey costume.
Right. And that's what a lot of the articles said, was that the workers were like, yeah, we noticed her immediately. How could you not?
Yeah. You see that in movies a lot where people hide in plain sight and do that. And they make it look so easy. And it's like, oh yeah, it's just a big trick. You just got to look confident doing it. You never see it not work out though.
You know what's fascinating is that all of the articles talked about where she lived in this community. And I looked it up. And it actually looks really like quite a fun place to live if you're an over 55 person looking to retire and kind of live this new phase of life. Literally, when I said she lived in the biggest gated community in the world, it really is that. I looked it up. It's houses upon houses, like neighborhoods just filled with all these people. They have 3 separate town squares. It's almost like a little micro city.
I want that.
Yeah, dude. Doesn't that sound nice?
Let's go retire there.
Maybe in, 20 some years, 30 years, Trevin?
Yeah. I'll be knocking on the door trying to get in day 1, midnight.
But I don't know why it kept getting mentioned.
That is kind of odd because it really didn't play a part in anything.
No. One of the articles was a local kind of, I think, community like letter about it. I wonder if this was just the hot goss.
Oh, I bet.
In the retirement community. Like, oh, there Irene goes in her turkey costume.
Yeah, there's probably like nothing subtle about an old people community where it's like, we print your hot goss in the newsletter.
Dude.
Everybody knows that you are being a turkey thief.
You seriously? That would definitely be on the top of my gossip list if I knew Irene.
I mean, if I had that good of gossip and I was an old person in this community and everybody's probably real tight in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it in print.
Dude.
I want to follow up about that person.
Oh my God. I loved everything about it. I just had a really hard time figuring out how I wanted to get there, you know?
Yeah.
How did we end up here? How? I debated, should she be a person who just really loves birds and gets bird energy every time she gets in this turkey costume and it takes over? I don't know. I went back and forth, but this one just felt a little more subtle and right.
I like the subtle ones.
Need a laptop that's built to perform and designed to last all day? Select Windows 11 PCs starting at $499.99 are now at Best Buy. Learn more at bestbuy.com. Best Buy. Imagine that.
Well, that was great. And our stories are going to be quite different. And I did not do a good job of finding a good connection. Obviously, we're both going to have the Thanksgiving connection, but maybe there's something more that I didn't catch.
Okay, I will be on the lookout.
And this story is much like yours. I'm not going to do any build up because we're talking Thanksgiving, baby. And gobble, gobble. Let's go. Holidays. They really are a different kind of beast, aren't they? With our love for themed episodes and being topical, we've talked a lot about holidays throughout our almost 3 years of making this show. We've discussed the decoration graveyard for Christmas, stories of love around Valentine's Day, and here I am to share another petty chapter from the Book of Thanksgiving. But before I get too deep on the specifics of Thanksgiving and how we as people celebrate it, I really just want to stay on the subject of holidays in general. Just like a wild card in the game of Uno, holidays are there to shake things up. Maybe it's in the form of a day off in the middle of the week, or for those who still work, extra pay. There are stores that close early, stores that have huge sales, and bars that get packed with out-of-towners trying to avoid their families.
Could you make it strong? Grandma's on one.
Not only do establishments and businesses change during holidays, but people do too. Whether it's a father procrastinating shopping until the day before, a spoiled child throwing a fit when something isn't how they wanted, or a stressed mother trying to put on the best family dinner possible.
I give up.
There's something about the atmosphere of a holiday that amplifies our flaws. There's grandparents who will ruthlessly adhere to all traditions, newer parents dealing with the imposter syndrome of taking over festivities, children prepared to be little assholes for a new crowd, and dads who, well, they just hope to find some quality time with their favorite chair. Unhealthy expectations, tiredness, and resentment pile up. And what do we do next? We eat. After we are already full of negative emotions, we stuff ourselves to the brim with sleepy bird meat, fat-enhanced potatoes, and sugared vegetables, until we can't comfortably move. The dinner table holds everyone hostage as a standoff ensues. Residents and house guests alike do the mental math, trying to figure out the bed-to-human ratio of the home, eventually deciding to be polite and stay put. This already sounds like a recipe for disaster, but add an insurrectionist family member to the mix and watch it divulge into a full-blown calamity.
Stop the steal!
Holidays, much like every other aspect of the world, is ruined by human nature. You can see how the entire process of having a holiday, from preparation to gathering, eating, and conversing, leaves a lot of pitfalls for things to turn petty. Our show has given many examples of these situations. Today is no different. The story I have chosen for this week is about the negative emotions that come with holidays, and one man who woke up feeling affected. So dish up a second plate and put on your most presentable pair of sweatpants, because you're going to want to be comfortable when you see how this one ends. An alarm clock blares across the quiet Iowa home.
Fuck yes!
Jenna squealed as she turned over to shut it off.
It's turkey time, Jeff!
She yelled to her boyfriend laying next to her. He continued snoring, unfazed by both her alarm and holiday cheer. Jenna made her way off the bed, into her favorite pair of slippers, and down to the kitchen. She put the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on TV while she got started on her signature green bean casserole. As she mixed green beans and canned goop together, she watched children on the TV cry at the frightening sight of a 44-foot-tall SpongeBob balloon. It was a very productive morning for Jenna. She took a shower, planned her Thanksgiving outfit, and topped her casserole with crunchy bullshit before putting it in the oven. Taking in the aroma of ass casserole, she sat at her kitchen island and sipped some coffee, until she heard some movement coming from outside of the room. Slow dragging feet scuffed across the kitchen floor until the creator of the zombie-like steps presented himself.
Good morning, honey,
Jenna said, greeting her boyfriend from his slumber. Jeff sat at the other bar stool, avoiding eye contact, and making a moan that can only be described as pooped.
I love you,
Jenna spoke up, hoping to get some kind of a response. Jeff leaned forward, pulled a bagel from the bag, and began to eat it plain, like someone would eat a donut. Jenna looked down at her freshly painted nails and sparkling bracelets. Here she was, dressed to impress for the holidays, while Jeff was sitting in the kitchen, topless, and eating a bagel like a feral skunk. She waited for Jeff to respond, thinking maybe a couple of bites of bagel would give him the energy to speak. He just went on moaning and chewing, while breadcrumbs fell onto his nips.
Okay, well, once you finish that, I hope you'll go up and get in the shower. We need to leave for my parents' Thanksgiving dinner in a couple hours. We can't have you looking like that for dinner,
Jenna said. Jeff gave out a long, indignant moan as he stood up and shuffled back out of the kitchen. Jenna went on with the meal prepping and cleaning up. She vacuumed the living room and folded all the blankets without hearing any signs of Jeff getting ready.
I don't hear the shower,
Jenna yelled through a cupped hand. The shower turned on in the distance as she got back to her own chores. With each task Jenna completed, an anger began to fester within her. She thought about the Christmas morning hangover fiasco of last year, the Labor Day Jeff had to work, and this year's Valentine's Day that she's still waiting for him to remember. For being the perfect partner on regular days, he sure knew how to drop the ball on holidays. While thinking about her partner's shortcomings, she realized that the shower had been running for 20 minutes without any changes in sound. Jenna quickly walked to the bathroom and threw open the door.
Excuse me,
Jeff yelled, looking up from his phone while sitting on the toilet.
What are you doing? We're going to be late, like we always are. Please don't make me late. You know how nervous I get when I'm the last one to show up.
Jenna pleaded to her man on the porcelain throne.
I'm just texting my friend Matt. It's gonna be okay. We won't be late.
Jeff assured his partner before looking back down at his phone. Jenna scoffed as she slammed the bathroom door behind her. With Jeff getting ready, Jenna packed the car with all the side dishes she prepared. The couple's blue car was packed with Tupperware containers and baking pans put in those little heat-resistant zipper bags. She closed the trunk lid before looking at her watch.
Oh my God,
she said to herself, walking quickly back into the house.
What are you so angry about? We aren't going to be late,
Jeff said, putting on his shoes. Jenna squinted at her soon-to-be dead boyfriend.
Dinner is in 30 minutes, Jeff.
The oblivious boyfriend snapped his shoestrings in surprise.
Oh shit, we're gonna be late.
In a matter of seconds, Jeff had himself ready and in the car, driving him and his girlfriend to her parents' dinner.
You can't be mad at me. If I keep the car at least 20 miles per hour over the speed limit for an average of half the drive, we will be on time,
Jeff pleaded.
That's not the point,
Jenna yelled from the passenger seat.
So you're saying if I get us there on time, you're still going to be mad at me for being late? You're so confusing,
Jeff yelled.
I've just got a lot going on with my friend Matt, okay? Give me a break.
Jenna calmed down, knowing that any more of a fight and her family would know she was just crying. If her boyfriend's only flaw was that he's unreliable on federal holidays, then she would at least have 354 days that she could love him. The rest of the speedy ride went on in silence as the two pulled into Jenna's family's neighborhood. Jenna looked at her watch, seeing that they were now on time.
You son of a bitch! You did it!
She said with a smile.
I told you, babe. Nothing would go wrong.
Jeff cheered as he was quickly interrupted by the sound of police sirens. Jenna sat back as the two were literally pulled over in front of her parents' house.
I'm back to being mad at you,
she said with her arms crossed. Jeff quickly grabbed his license and registration, trembling in fear. He tapped his nails violently on the steering wheel, waiting for the cop to approach his vehicle. Whatever happens next was not only going to be in front of Jenna, but there was no way her whole family wasn't watching from the window.
Afternoon, sir. I clocked you going 46 and a 35 back there. Any reason you were going that fast today? A family lunch or something?
The officer shouted through the windy air.
Yeah, at this house right here, actually,
he nervously replied. The officer took the legal documents from Jeff as he went back to his car.
This is not good,
Jeff said to himself as Jenna pushed for information. All Jeff could do is look forward and fidget, on the edge of hyperventilating. A short time later, the officer returned.
I need you to be honest with me. Is there a reason why you would have an arrest warrant out at Ford County?
The officer sternly asked. Jeff uttered sounds of uncertainty as the officer went on.
You're not aware of that at all, huh? Well, I checked with dispatch and they said you have an active warrant for theft.
I do? Jeff asked.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead, shut the vehicle off, put the keys on the dash, and step out of the vehicle, please,
the officer demanded. Jenna quickly reached over and squeezed her boyfriend's hand as he put the keys on the dash and exited the vehicle. She cried watching the officer pat her boyfriend down in the rearview mirror. Her boyfriend had been acting weird all day. Was it possible that he was hiding something more than just being tired on Thanksgiving? She continued questioning her relationship choices as her boyfriend was placed in cuffs. The officer began walking towards the passenger side of the car as Jenna rolled down the window.
Ma'am, would you mind stepping out here to identify some stolen merchandise, please?
She used her tissue to wipe away her thick streams of tears.
Yeah, okay,
she said as she swung her feet out of the car. With each slow step, she looked down at her feet, not even wanting to face her boyfriend. All she wanted to do was be safe in her childhood home, a mere 20 feet away from where she now stood. In front of the trunk, she finally looked at her boyfriend, waiting to identify the stolen merchandise. But instead of opening the trunk or holding anything out, the officer backed away from her. Jeff pulled his uncuffed hands from behind him, presenting a ring as he dropped to one knee.
Will you marry me?
In 2015, Iowa couple Jeff Schultz and Jenna Reitz were pulled over for speeding in front of Jenna's childhood home on the way to Thanksgiving dinner. What Jenna didn't know was that the entire encounter was a plan cooked up by Jeff after the same cop, Matt Childs, pulled Jeff over on his way to the same house earlier that year. Inspired by the original traffic stop, Jeff befriended the arresting officer and planned a reenactment. The Johnston police officer's body cam footage can be seen online, where the officer informs Jeff of a warrant for theft before asking him to get out of the car. After a fake frisk and pretending to put handcuffs on his friend, the officer pulls Jenna out and lines them up perfectly behind the car.
I went from being so terrified and so serious and so concerned for him and wondering what was happening to being asked to be married. I went from 0 to 100 both directions. It was insane, Jenna told the Des Moines Registry. Jenna accepted the proposal and can be heard on the body cam footage, realizing that the police officer was the Matt her now fiance had been texting. Their wedding was scheduled for July the next year. So be honest, did you see that coming? He wasn't a sleepy jackass at all. He was the perfect boyfriend with a fun proposal plan. I thought it would be nice to let you all go on your little Thanksgiving breaks with something to feel hopeful about. Unfortunately, I can't give you the confirmation that the wedding happened or that they are still together because my finger got tired of scrolling pages to find proof. So I'm going to have to let you rely on faith and the belief in love to fill in the gaps there. I can't do everything for you guys. Holidays are a weird thing. Us modern people associate them more with days off and extreme bouts of capitalism, instead of genocide like they were originally intended. If you're celebrating just having the day off and being around family, that's the only reason you need. Who cares if the mascot is a turkey or a big creepy bunny that supposedly walks through your house and hides eggs? We all need a break sometimes. So if your work or school is giving you some time to get that break, find your peace. Make your peace. Not in the same way the Pilgrims did, but in whatever way helps you relax. Eat a bunch of turkey and pass out in front of everyone. Tell your weird aunt that she did offend you with that jab about your weight. And skip vegetables for the whole day if you want. Whatever helps you take a second for you this holiday, do it. Don't get stressed about the perfect deviled egg recipe or something as trivial as being on time. At the end of the day, everyone's a little off. So make this holiday a break from whatever you need a holiday from. And if you respect yourself at all, leave the green bean casserole in the trash, where it belongs.
Not a green bean casserole fan, I see.
Honestly, if I was really going to pick a Thanksgiving food to hate the most, it would be stuffing.
I think I'm with you. The whole rest of my family, obsessed with stuffing. Me,
Just dry, weird. Ever since I was a kid, the second it gets in my mouth, it makes me gag.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. I have hated it for so long that I don't even fully understand what it is because I stay so far from it.
Yeah.
I couldn't write about that. Green bean casserole I know more about. And I just don't really like the crunchies. It confuses me.
Oh my God. See, I love the crunchies, the little French onion things that you put on top. Ooh, I love green bean casserole, but everyone has their thing and everyone cooks things differently.
That's true.
Did it say in any of the articles if the family was in on this?
I think the family did know, because if you watch the online thing, maybe I'll put some sound right here in it.
Will you marry me?
Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Oh my God! Are you mad?
I am.
If you listen to the video, you can hear people cheering in the background from his vest cam or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it's got to be the family, but he never turns to look at him.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it was
like,
them.
God dang. If this whole thing went down and the family wasn't in on it, that means exactly how she was explaining her experience, the family would have been on that roller coaster ride too, which would be really weird. Personally, if I was him, I would want the family in on it. If you want to mess with her, that's one thing. But I wouldn't want my in-laws seeing me get arrested, even if it was fake, without knowing first.
I'm sure they probably knew because they were like cheering.
Okay. Wow. So talk about how we want to just give a little twist at the end. That one literally made my jaw drop. Didn't see that coming at all. That wasn't even on my radar.
I was kind of inspired by Emily when she did my surprise 30th.
Okay.
Because she just would not stop dragging her feet with everything. And I was like, we have got to go. We were about to go see The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Which I'm a big Saw fan, and that's written and directed by the writer of the original Saw. And I was super excited, and she was just dragging her feet the whole time. And I'm like, I'm the one who makes this late, not you. Like, we cannot do this. And she was slowing me down so much that I was so close. You have no idea how close I was. I was so irritated that I almost jumped in her car and just left without her. and just been like, well, we're driving separate today, which would have been really funny if we would have gotten into a fight over that.
Dude, let me just say though, yes, surprises are good and they're done with good intent and they can turn out really well. But I cannot stress this enough. It causes friction between the people, and the person sometimes holding that secret does get a little abused beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, I could totally see that. And also, you and I never go to the movies together. And so because we were doing this, which I should have knew something was up.
Right.
But because we were doing that, I was like, I don't want Amanda to see my theater decorum and show up late. I want to be legit about this.
Oh my God, that is so damn funny.
But do I know if he was being sleepy or being a zombie? I don't know. I just did that to kind of build the character up and
confuse us.
Had to confuse you. But a lot of it did make sense though, like being nervous and tapping and stuff like that. You know, you are about to propose, and if you're any bit nervous, it makes sense.
People do act really weird beforehand. So yeah, I think that was a really good way to describe it, but it also could have just come across as like this kind of annoying, resentful weirdo that's huffing and puffing in the corner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see it now.
He probably was on his best behavior and probably acting weird, probably not acting that resistant, but I'm sure he was acting weird.
Oh my God. What a weird proposal. I'm just trying to picture that.
Yeah, that guy had pulled him over in July of that year, and he just liked the experience so much that he became friends with that guy.
So they didn't know each other before the first time he pulled him over, became friends, and then planned this. Like that was literally in the articles? Oh my God.
He called the sheriff's office and was like, hey, I want to recreate this. Can you like get me in touch with the officer that arrested me? So kind of a meet cute for them as bros. So then they texted back and forth with what they can do. Like, I want to do it like this. And he's like, oh, I could give you a story of like a theft warrant. And then they like built it together. And so as they were doing that, I guess he would tell her, oh, I made this new buddy, Matt. We've been talking. And so this whole time he's been telling her about his new friend he made. And then after that happens, she's like, wait, you're Matt? And he's like, yeah, I'm Matt. And she reaches forward and like slaps him. And she's like, oh my gosh, he is a funny guy. I've heard so much about you, like kind of thing.
Wow, that's honestly crazy that whole thing is like so true because it really threw us off the scent. Because in my mind, it was like him and Matt are doing something illegal. And then when the warrant comes, it's like, oh, that had to have been him and Matt, you know?
Like, where's Matt showing up here?
Damn, that's pretty funny though. I'm glad that everyone liked the proposal. I'm just trying to put myself in those shoes. And I'd be slightly annoyed that you gave me a heart attack right beforehand unnecessarily, but everyone's different.
Yeah, I think he had said something about they like playing tricks on each other. So that was totally like their love language or something. So like it's a beautiful thing for them, but like I would have shoved you in front of a car passing by.
Damn. Connections. We both did talk about shuffling feet at one point. I know that's like a dumb little detail, but in my story, it was kind of a main thing, how she had to kind of waddle around and shuffle and drag her feet. And you talked about that with the sleepy husband in the morning.
The zombie scuffing walk, which is, I don't usually talk about the way people walk. So that's an interesting one.
Right. Yeah. Weirdos dragging their feet around. I don't know.
Yeah. And then I did talk about the turkey as a mascot, which yours played very big on the mascot role as well. But of course, every Thanksgiving episode, we're both going to say turkey at some point.
Turkey was the number one faux show. Well, I hope that everybody is having a great Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
No fighting, everyone, okay? And just remember, no matter the crime, big or small, in the end, we're all doomed.
Doomed to gobble till you robble.
Or waddle.
Or waddle.
Bye.
See ya.
Gobble, gobble, motherfuckers. And thanks for listening to our Thanksgiving episode.
And if you have any weird petty tea that happens during your holiday, please tell me about it on social media. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Threads. Live, Laugh, Larceny.
And if you have ever committed a petty crime while wearing a costume, please send us your stories to livelaughlarceny@gmail.com.
And give me a star for every dessert I'm going to have this Thanksgiving. Well, I guess you can't go that high, but give me 5. Rate our podcast on Apple, Good Pods, or Spotify. A
alarm clock blares across the quiet Iowa home. Fuck yes!
What? Oh! That's a sound effect or a voice?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I thought that you like...
I made $1 million!
Yeah. I thought that you were like honestly gonna be like giving me breaking news that you were excited about. Wow, that's how like legitimate that sounded.
But what if I was like, Emily just texted me and Tostinos were on sale?